Hello and welcome to this episode of Peak Life. Today we're getting an update from our friends at Hampton Road Transit on a very important study that they're doing for our city. So here to tell us all about it is Sherry Dawson with Hampton Roads Transit. Sherry, thanks for being here.
Thanks for inviting me back.
So we had you several months ago, must have been sometime last year, right when we were getting a start on this important study that we're calling Connecting Chesapeake. It's all about finding those new paths for high capacity transit. Give us a quick overview of what this study is all about.
Yeah, so we'll just take a quick step back. We kicked this off last summer and we met with you and so many other City of Chesapeake staff to kind of develop a collaborative public engagement approach, and I think we've done pretty well so far.
Yes.
And we held our last round of public meetings in October. So we had 2 open house style meetings and we had a pop-up event at Robert Hall Transfer Center, which is the city's highest utilized transfer center here. So we just figured we needed to meet our customers where they are, but also talk to residents and people that don't necessarily use transit today. So we're at the point in our study now where we've actually developed the art of the possible now. So we have 16 alternatives. They're mode agnostic. So we're not looking at mode right now.
Okay.
So it's basically just looking at what could we possibly put out there on the existing rights of way in the city of Chesapeake right now.
Very cool. So what we're looking at on this map over here are, could we call them line options? Like, and then we'll figure out later what would be on that particular line.
Yes.
As far as the actual vehicle, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
okay.
So I guess since we do have the modes of high capacity transit, this board right here.
Yeah.
So just to remind everyone, high capacity transit, it's a form of public transit, but it basically just carries more people faster and more frequently.
We like that.
So the 3 modes that we're going to look at are express bus here. So it makes fewer intermediate stops than what your typical local bus service would typically do, and it serves large employment sites and parking ride lots. And then we have bus rapid transit, which we do not have here in the Hampton Roads region, but Richmond does. They have the GRTC Pulse, and I actually took a trip up there to kind of see what BRT was like and give the city a better idea as to what bus rapid transit is, because when you hear bus, you just think it's the bus that's currently out there.
Yeah.
But I do have a video out on YouTube, so it walks you through. It's really short, what the elements of BRT are and what the city of Chesapeake could expect should bus rapid transit be the mode that we select.
Very cool.
And then we have light rail, similar to what's in Norfolk.
Okay.
It's an electrified service, and it's on steel track, and it operates in its own fixed guideway.
So lots of options to carry a lot of people to different places throughout the region, really. What are our next steps with it? So we've got this sort of draft, shall we call it, of some possible routes. Where do we go from here?
Yeah, so this is the tier 1. So all 16 of these alignments are going to go through all these screening criteria. We have so many that we're looking at. We're looking at what populations are we going to serve, what employers are along that alignment, what sidewalks currently exist, what are the future land use, like what development is actually going to occur down the line along these alignments. So we have been working with the team for the Greenbrier area plan because that is the vision for the Greenbrier area. And we want to make sure that we're incorporating those land uses when we analyze these. And once we do that, we'll go to our tier 2. So the tier 2 will have about 3, maybe a handful of these alignments. And that's when we'll look at mode, what the cost to construct is, and the potential ridership that'll come with those routes.
I love how you guys have made such an effort to reach out to people who are like not just the people who are currently making use of HRT. Like that's a really cool piece about this study is that you're looking not just forward, but at all those other possibilities.
Right.
So that's really exciting. Now, what kind of community involvement do we have coming up next? You know, we've already had some public meetings. How else can people get involved? Maybe if they, want to have you come talk to their group, or give me some ideas of how they can get involved.
Yeah, they can always send an email to Connecting Chesapeake at hrtransit.org.
Okay.
That goes directly to me.
Great.
These general emails, they sometimes go to a robot, but it goes directly to me and you'll get a response.
Great.
So, yeah, if anyone wants me and my team to come out and give a brief update, we would love to do that. But for right now, people can go to our website. We keep that very up to date. So on the website, we have all of our alternatives, and there is a brief survey that people can take. So the first question is actually, do you use public transit today? So
Okay.
we're not just targeting people that are utilizing it today. And then we ask people what destinations are they going to and which of these alignments would actually work best for them. So I would just direct people to our website and to sign up for any updates that we may have.
Great. So we want everybody to go on there and take that
even
survey.
you.
Even
So-
me. I'm going to do it. Absolutely. I come from an area that had very active public transit, and I absolutely love it. So, the more robust we can make these lines, the more options we can have, I think the better. So it's going to be interesting to see as this process goes on. I love the community input aspect of it too. This really is going to be what the community wants.
Yeah.
What else? Have we forgotten anything, Sherry? Anything we got to get in?
Well, not really forgotten, but we did do a community survey around the holidays.
Okay.
So, surveys can be kind of challenging, and you don't know if you're going to
Yes.
get one response or maybe thousands, depending on if people are supportive of it or not. But around the holidays, we actually got 1,200 completed survey
Wow.
responses, and most of the people actually said that high capacity transit would benefit the community, and about 6 out of 10 people said they would utilize a high capacity transit option should one become available. And we also identified the top 3 destinations that people would want to connect to, and one was actually in Chesapeake, the Greenbrier Mall. So and also downtown Norfolk and the Virginia Beach Town Center.
Great.
So.
Lots of fun locations in the region that
Yeah.
people want to get to.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
yeah, really looking forward to the next phase and hopefully giving you all an update on the narrowed down list. down the road.
Absolutely. So we have this great first draft. We're going to be really looking forward to that tier 2 where we get a little bit more specific. We're going to send folks to connectingchesapeake.com
Yes.
to make sure they can take that survey and really just learn all about what y'all are doing and maybe get you to come out to one of their Civic League meetings.
Yeah.
That would be
Or
great.
go to our YouTube page and see what Bus Rapid Transit is, because a lot of people do not know what that is. So,
Perfect.
yeah.
We're going to look up Bus Rapid Transit too. Great. Sherry Dawson with HRT, thank you so much.
Thank you.
That does it for this episode of Peak Life. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.